We are back here, beautiful Indianapolis, Indiana. It is the PRI Stage 2022, joined by the one and only Mark Melling of Melling Performance, a family that has incredible legacy, not just in drag racing, but across the American motorsports landscape. And you've had a great run with Erica Enders as well.
Oh my gosh, I mean, you look at the run we've had with Erica, 3 championships in the last 5 years. We've been on with Erica for about 7 years now. And I mean, what else can you say? We've had just the best run of it all. And it's kind of very reminiscent of what we had back in the late 80s on the NASCAR side of the business. So I've been incredibly blessed to see this happen twice with a run of championships and some winning, and it just got, here we go, victory lane again. So I'm much better at soaking in it this time, because in between there was a lot of lean years of the racing and what we were involved with, and now we're really enjoying it. And you just got to soak it in, and I'm going to enjoy it for a long time.
It's interesting that we talk to so many different people on the stage, but there are brands and brand names in this show that do stand above the rest, and I'm not just saying this because you're sitting here next to me, but that Melling name is so important. The trust that people have in your product line is amazing.
Yeah, I mean, we celebrated our 77th anniversary this year, so 75 a couple years back and during the COVID time. So we're trying to enjoy it a little more this year. But I'm 4th generation in the business, so we always love racing. We make all our stuff in Jackson, Michigan.
Yeah.
And I mean, so you just can't be more blessed than to be around great people like this, get into it, down into the engine, create some horsepower, and just have a lot of fun. So we get to go to the track on the weekends. It's all good, really.
What I think is so cool, and you can speak to this, is that generationally, right, you talked about the NASCAR days back in the 80s. Your family's been a part of the American motorsports world for so many years, and we don't often see that necessarily translate generation to generation, right? There's not, sometimes you see a company get started and it's run by one generation, the next one gets it, and the passion of competition per se isn't there.
No.
Why have you always been hooked on race cars?
I have no idea why it's going through, but my son climbed into a Copo with Erica Enders starting to give her a little bit of a, we tried our first test, unfortunately it rained here a couple months ago, so he's got the bug.
Awesome. That's
so
great.
There's another generation looking at it. My brother's got 2 junior dragsters for his crew. So yeah, the racing bug has hit the Melling clan. He's got a top alcohol thing that I think he's running out next year. So yeah, there's a fleet of Melling secondary cars that have been coming, because finally all this fun and success with Erica is kind of translated into, okay, now it's time for us to get behind the wheel a little bit ourselves.
And listen, that's great, because obviously those cars become rolling test beds to a degree as well. I mean, for your products, you can place them in the same situations your customers are placing them in.
I mean, that Copo is a perfect example. We've got our springs in there we're going to have, and we've got our pump in there, so it's just really a great product line for us to get after. And so I'm excited to see if the son can pick it up a little bit. I'm going to give it maybe just an attempt at it too, just to see if this old man can do it. But so it's just a lot of fun. We're just having a great time with it.
So what's kind of looking forward for 2023 for Melling Performance? Anything new in the product line, or just stuff you guys are continuing to refine?
We just kind of keep growing, because our spring line was new a couple years ago, and we bought a facility off in the United Kingdom, and they're coming from Europe. It was kind of a weird deal, but we just keep growing that line and investing in the business. So that's probably the biggest growth. We have more and more HV oil pumps coming out. That helps the people save their cars longer.
Sure.
I mean, at the end of the day, we're providing solutions, making sure your car's running a long time, and that's a majority of our business still. I mean, the performance is a sexy end of it, but keeping your car running is still what really makes everything go. And if I can make those cam phasers last a little longer with the HV pump, more power to it.
One last question. There are a lot of people in this show that they build racing engines, or they build motors for street cars or anything else. They will only use your product. And that says maybe beyond anything else, they will only seek out and use your product.
And I'm incredibly blessed and grateful for that.
Yeah.
And that really is because of the people back in Jackson, Michigan. It's not because of me. I'm just so lucky that I've had such a great group of people, and they care about what they're making, and they make good product. And that's all you can say, is if you keep making good product, you get it out the door, which has been a little tough this last couple of years, but we're keeping it coming out the door, made in the States, and you're making quality, you're going to be built to last. That's what we're here to be, built to last.
Amen to that. Mark Melling of Melling Performance. You've seen their name on top and around and aside race cars all over the sport of drag racing, NASCAR, and everything else. They'll continue on to be involved in the world of drag racing. He's going to be out there racing a Copo with his kid. Doesn't get any better than this. We'll be back to PRI in just a minute.
Thank you. Thanks, man. That was very good. Appreciate it. Yeah, we're excited.